Is the world working against you? Watch this. One day, I was doing some gardening in my backyard when I saw a small bird fly into our house. Wild birds do not belong in houses. I immediately went in to free him. I started in the kitchen, which is in the back of our house. I opened all the windows, but they made a rattling sound, so instead of going out, the little bird flew into the next room with fear in his eyes. I felt so bad that he was scared. He was so small and vulnerable, I must have looked like a huge giant, even though my only motive was to save him. This went on and on, from room to room. I'd open all the windows in each room, and he'd flee in panic to the next room. I finally got him all the way back to the kitchen where we'd started by coaxing him in a soft voice and closing the doors behind me. Now, with his two shiny little eyes, he showed complete terror. And if birds could cry, he would have had tears streaming down his face. At last, noticing an open window, he flew out. But before he went, he looked at me one last time as if to say, "You tried your best to kill me, but I escaped your reign of terror." After he was gone, I sat down at the kitchen table and thought about what had just happened. I'm just like that little bird. Someone above me is constantly making arrangements to free me too. But in ignorance, I have no gratitude. In fact, I take all such opportunities that come to me as punishments or misfortune rather than an invitation to improve myself. Have you ever felt that the world's against you? Even though it's easy for us to feel like this, according to the Srimad Bhagavatam, an ancient book of wisdom, everything that happens to us in our lives is meant for our ultimate good. Wouldn't we act differently if we knew that all of our so-called problems are there to help us? That they are cosmic sensitivity training meant to help us become the best versions of ourselves that we can be? Yes. Knowing this, we'd have the wherewithal to process adversity and loss. We might even have the presence of mind to feel grateful for our challenges. The age-old practice of Bhakti Yoga is the path of gratitude. It teaches us not only how to perceive this benevolent hand in our lives, but also how to use whatever happens to us in our lives as a means to improve. In what ways have you seen a benevolent hand in your life guiding you? Please drop me a note. Tell me your realizations. My contact information is below. I'd love to hear your story.